So today's video is for anyone who feels like they're stuck in fear of chasing their dreams. Like you have this something that you really, really want to do. You feel really called to do it, but you're really stuck into doing it, or you just fear the change and whatever that comes with it. I'm just go to straight to it. So number one, if you feel like you have this urgent need to change your environment or to move from where you are or to make a change, do it. Take the leap and do it. Do not fear. Don't listen to people. Like, if you have a desire in your heart that you feel like it's really tempting you, like you have to do it. God doesn't put desire in your heart that doesn't belong to you. Trust me, if He put the desire in there, He's going to give it to you. You need just to listen, follow your heart, take the leap, do it. Don't listen to people. People, if you listen to people, you'll never be anything. You'll never be anything or anyone. You'll not do anything for yourself. Let me tell you, you need to master a certain kind of courage for yourself. The older I've grown, I've come to realize like the things that really mean something to me, I don't consult. I don't consult. When it was time to leave my mother's house, I left. I didn't even prepare. I had no savings. I moved out of a leap. In fact, I moved out in installments. I got my salary. I was earning, I don't know, small money. It's like, it was my first corporate job. I was cleaning. Guys, I was cleaning. Then come receptionist. I just got my first 17,000, I guess. And soon as the money got into the bank account, I went and I started looking for a house. And I got a bed sitter somewhere in Kawa West. And I paid. I was not even ready to move out. And then with time, I mastered the courage. I got a few curtains. I left. The first day I slept on my clothes. After my next salary, I bought a small mattress. I bought stove. I didn't even start with gas. But I was so determined. I knew it was time. I knew I was not going to waste time. I was not going to wait for the best moment. And I knew, it was I was just like 22 there. I had promised myself I was not going to do anything shady with myself or in my youth. From a long time ago, even when I was in school, I used to tell myself I'm never going to be a prostitute. I'm not going to sell myself. I'm not going to do dubious things to get where I want to. But I'm using this just as an example when I was moving out, that is. I just believed in myself. You're cooking tea and you realize, oh my God, I don't have what is it called? A sieve. Quickly go to the shop, buy a sieve, come. You're trying to cook ugali. Oh, I don't have a kamwiko. Let me go get a mwiko. That's how I started life. I don't know. I'll look for the pictures of that house. It was so bad. You cannot even say. And I was so happy. I was thinking to myself, the fact that I had my own door that I could lock, that I could sleep how I want, that after a long day at work, I can just come back and decide whether I want to cook or not. I can just sleep without hearing the shouts of people, TJ, I want, in my mother's house, you will cook, you will clean, you will wash. And Maki, I'm my firstborn daughter, so I'm a mother. You have to take care of other people. And I was working this job I was used to report at around 6 and I would leave there around 5:30 plus the commute, and it was around during those times of curfew. So everything was just a mess. I was so drained. I decided, this thing, I'm not even going to think about it. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to listen to people telling me, oh, life is expensive, nini. I'm the woman for it and I'm going to do it. And I took the chance. I leaped. And I've never gone back. Tell me, I've never gone back. I've never lacked rent. Tell me how. I didn't even know what I was doing. Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, I wish I can just go back and hug that girl because I was so scared. But I remember telling myself, I'm not going to consult anyone. I'm just going to take this leap and I'm going to do it. Yes, you will look stupid. That's the price you pay for going for the things you want. You'll have to look stupid. And that's not the biggest dream I have. I mean, that's just an example. But during that time, I had to cultivate a certain kind of courage to face that situation and take that leap and just, you know what, I'm going to bet on myself and I'm going to do this thing. And I did it. I didn't even consult. I stopped consulting, colleagues telling you, let me tell you, life is hard. If I can convince you, just stay at my mom's house, with rent and fare and food, you'll suffer. But I used to tell, after they tell me all of that, I would tell myself, you know what? That's you. That's your fear. I don't fear hunger. I don't fear suffering. I come from suffering. I'm going to take it by the horns, but I'm not going to stay stagnant. And I did it. I didn't. I didn't wait for a promotion. I didn't wait for the best time. I didn't even wait to be given a contract of some sort. I could lose the job in 2 weeks at that time. But I betted on myself. I said, I want to be comfortable. I'm going to take this chance, and I took it, and I've never went back. That was one of the best decisions I've ever made, and it took a lot of courage, guys. So when you have that certain urge that it's time to do something, if it's time to buy that car, go buy that car. If it's time to move to a bigger house, go buy that. Go start looking for those houses. Start house hunting. If it's time to switch jobs, if it's time to quit that job and start your business, when the desire is deep in your heart, when it's heavy on you, God does not give you something that God doesn't give you desires that do not belong to you. Everything you desire already exists. It's just for you to align with it. It's for you to grow either here or here. You need the enough courage to be that person to undertake it. So when it's time to take the leap, take the leap. Do not let people speak fear into your dreams. Don't let people speak fear into what the dream is for you. The vision is yours. It's not for them. If it belonged to them, they would have had the same vision as you, but they don't. It's you who has it. So it's upon you to take the actions, to take the courage, and actually do it, right? So people don't believe in you because they don't believe in themselves. That's why I'm saying you cannot listen to people all the time. People used to say that you cannot survive without doing weird stuff. I don't listen to those things. I don't. If right now I decide that in 10 months I want to buy myself a small car, I want to do this thing, I just go for it. And you don't listen to those. I don't listen to those people who say that, they start giving you worst case scenarios. So and so did this and it failed. So and so did this, it went bad, they lost their money. Do not, my phone. Don't settle there. People are hurt when they see you do things that they could not master the courage to go after. You cannot afford, especially those people you are there with them when you are in the trenches. That crabs in a bucket mentality. They don't want you to let go because you chasing what you want, you believing in what you want, and you actually get it, will make them feel, or will show them that it's them that has the problem. It's them who don't want to bet on themselves. Some people are not hungry enough. They're comfortable in their jobs, in their small jobs. They're comfortable with that small pay, which is consistent. So you telling them that you want to start a business, they start naming the economy. The economy will always be bad. The political system will always be not stable. But people are buying cars, people are starting businesses, people are taking leaps, people are traveling, people are going outside the country, and you are waiting for the best time. So long as you have that desire and you have that hunger, let me tell you, if you put your mind to it, and you believe it is yours, nothing can stop you. Nothing, not people's words, not failure. To a point, I go to a place where I don't even recognize failure. For me, failing is just, okay, it's like school fees for not being wise. So when I start, I know I'm not starting from zero. I know, this one did not work, so I'm going to start this. You have to be hungry, so hungry for it. Like, you don't hear, you don't see, you don't. For me, if I want something, I don't even baby myself. I will starve myself. I will light myself on fire to get to where I want to be. I don't. I know I look like this. I know I look, composed and calm. I'm calm, yes. But when it comes to chasing to what I want, I'm a tyrant. I become a tyrant. I don't see, I don't listen, I don't eat. I even forget to eat, literally, because I am obsessed with getting what I want. And that mentality has really pushed me far. Of course, it has its downsides. I get burnt out and all of that. And I've come to a place of, balancing and moderating myself. But When the vision is clear for me, when I'm hungry for it, you can't talk me out of it. You know, you can't go anywhere if you listen to people. People have given up for themselves. People choose security, you know, and you cannot get the results of 1% by behaving like the 99%. It gets to a point that work life balance, that one goes out of the window. You live off snacks and you sleep 2 hours a day to build the vision, to put the foundation to your business until it gets to a point where it can run. You cannot be sleeping 10 hours at that time. Yes, it's not good for your health, but you also have the energy and the youth and the hunger, And in all of this, you don't forget God. Again, I'm not pushing God down your throats, but I'm going to say what works for me and what has worked for me. You put your anger there, you work for it, and you believe that this vision belongs to you, and you pray, things will work out. Things will work out. I know we live in a time where you need connections, you need CG support system, you need to be at the right circles. Coming from me with no name, some of us who don't have names that have backing, our last names don't mean anything. Our backgrounds, there is no leg, there is no arm. I'm the first person to even get to campus where I come from. So back then I used to tell them, I want to work in an office. They're looking at me like, young girl, like you're far-fetched. That is not the reality of life. But I pushed it. I pushed it and I prayed really hard, you know. And I finally got myself to cooperate. It doesn't matter I got there as a cleaner or what, but I had the hunger. I got there and I proved myself, and my God, it was a journey, and I have grown up so much. And since then, I've never let anything stop me. That's why I'm telling you, don't give your ears to people, especially if something really means something to you. You cannot afford to be consulting. Yeah, here posting, you're sending DMs to random gossip pages. Gossip pages. You're asking them for their opinion. Hide my ID. I want to do. People will speak fear. People speak fear. People like it when you're down there. People like it. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel superior. But if you bet on yourself, if you have the vision, you have the capacity for it. It's for you just to make the decision and be hungry for it and be willing to do whatever it takes to get to the other side. Okay? You see, celebrities, they have trolls under their pages. Let me tell you who trolls are. Trolls are people who watch you do the things that they want to do, but they don't have the courage to do it. They can't bet on themselves to do it. So they'd rather criticize your head, they'd rather criticize your hair or how you speak. Because they don't want to leave the confines of their comfort. They'd rather be small there in the dark and be hating from their mother's house, with nothing. While you are here striving, facing life, facing the hate, facing the hardships, trying to push forward, trying to get to the other side to meet your dream. Please, guys, if you have something that is in your heart, chase it, follow it. You don't have to see things and of course, nothing is guaranteed. Success is never guaranteed, let me tell you. Success is never guaranteed. We are all just striving. No one wakes up and knows that they have a vision of being a billionaire and they just sit and it comes to them. You can always work, like for example, right now, I started this YouTube journey. Of course, I don't know where it will take me. I don't know if it will ever blow up or anything. Of course, that is not the goal. The goal was to come out here and just teach and show people what God has done in my life and how much I've grown. And I want to share that, of course, right? But if it doesn't work out and I get to die tomorrow, you know what? I'll die a happy girl. I've been carrying this thing for years. I tell my nail techs, I tell my friends, my colleagues, no, someday I'm going to do YouTube. Someday I'm going to do YouTube. Until I've actually, put my head to it and done it. Indeed, if I stop here and die, I'll be like, oh, at least that's another stone that I really turned. I don't want to die a coward. I want to grow old and tired, very exhausted. Exhausted from bringing everything that is in me to the world. I want to express my gifts. I want to express my talents. I want to put all I know there, my skills, my intellect, my knowledge, everything outside. I want to work them all. No, I don't want just to be that pretty girl who played it safe. And now I grow old and I'm bitter, wondering. Within me, I hate regrets. So with failures don't bother me. I'll take a kicking and keep on ticking. I have a strong spirit. I can handle it. I'll take blows and I'll keep going. But regret, I don't like regret. That thought of what if I did? What if I tried? No. Me, I'd rather just try it and fail so that I can move on knowing, I tried that, it didn't work out. And then I'm on to the next thing. I'm on to the next chapter. I'm on to the next project. Now that's me. Okay. But if anything you can get from this video, stop letting people speak fear into your dreams. Stop letting words, circumstances, even your perception of yourself, sometimes it's not right. Sometimes those thoughts you have, feeling small, you cannot listen to those things. Sometimes your thoughts are not truth. The truth is you have the desire. The truth is you're a child of God. The truth is you are not limited. You're not limited. Yes, you are a limited resource, but you are limitless being. Okay? You cannot be stopped to do anything. If you are a doctor and you want to pursue engineering, so long as your mind is to it, you will do it. You don't have to confine yourself. The reason even my channel has no description is because I can't box myself. Today I want to talk about to my girls, tomorrow I want to talk about God, tomorrow I want to talk about finances. I cannot box myself into something small. Otherwise, I'll just do 2 videos and stop. I'll just do 2 skincare videos. If I want to talk about skin, if I just box myself, okay, I'm only going to talk about beauty, which I can make a playlist of that, but that will be it. I will not feel like I've given you people me. I cannot box myself. I don't see myself as a limited being. I'm very limitless, So, and I want to share that with anyone who's out there thinking like they feel like change is here. There's those seasons in your life where you feel like, hey, it's time, things are changing. I have to change into something else. I have to change my environment. But there is this deep crippling fear, that people pleaser in you wants to listen to people, wants you to be comfortable so that you don't wreck what you have built. Sometimes you burn those ships and you start all over. Fear and all. You go crying, you go shaking, but you give yourself a chance to see the other side, okay? So I don't want to make this video too long. I think we are at 17 minutes. I want to stop here, but do not let people speak fear into your dreams, Those are your dreams, they're not theirs, Shut them out or even just cut them out. Okay, so see you on the next one.